Are you nervous about approaching women out in public? Do you have some reservations on approaching someone that you see walking down the street, maybe in the grocery store or at a bar in a restaurant? If you have this anxiety and you're a little afraid to approach, then keep watching because I'm going to tell you the real reason why men have stopped cold approaching women and what you can do about that and why. Stick around to the end, and I've got some good news on why this is the best opportunity to meet people. All right. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Sober Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and a notification button because I'm dropping a video every day. Okay, if you've seen my other videos, I am not the biggest fan of dating apps. Yes, they have their place, but it's super frustrating. Swiping left, 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 right, left, left, left. It's annoying, and I'm ultimately not a fan. I've started talking a little bit about matchmakers because matchmakers have a place as well in whether you're trying to find love and you're just frustrated, you're a successful guy and you just don't have the time to bother with apps and you want something more reliable, or you prefer to meet people organically like I do and cold approach. So this video might piss off some of you guys, but I'm just going to tell it to you straight, and that's what you can expect from my channel. And that is the real reason why guys are not cold approaching anymore is because they are scared, right? They're scared. They're scared of rejection. They're scared of Me Too movement stuff. They're scared of being ashamed, right? They're scared of being on camera. They're scared of their ego getting hurt, blah, blah, blah. It all has to do with this fear that has been manufactured in your brain. All right, now I have some good news. Right? But first, I'm going to explain where this fear comes from. And then next, I'm going to explain, this is the best part, what you can do about it. All right. So before I tell you where this fear is coming from, I will say this. I remember watching a podcast. I believe it was the Fresh and Fit podcast. Okay. And one time he had 8s, 9s around the table of women, right? They were all gorgeous. There was probably 10 women. And he went around to each woman and he asked them, he's like, how often do you get approached each week organically, not a cat call, but like legitimately approached by a man? How many times per week do you get approached? And the average was 2 to 4 times per week only when these women were out in public. Doesn't matter where they were, coffee shop, grocery store, it doesn't matter. They only got approached 2 to 4 times per week. And these were gorgeous women. So you might be thinking, that's a lot, man. No, it is not. It is nothing, 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 nothing. It is the biggest opportunity you have to meet women. Here's why. If these women are on a dating app, so true story, I was at a restaurant bar, right? And this woman, she was average looking, 32, a little heavier set, not obese, but she was definitely a bit of a bigger girl. She had 5,800 match requests or like messages on Bumble over the course of 3 months. Within 90 days, she had 5,800 men wanting to connect with her. That's 60 to 70 per day. I don't have the exact number, that I didn't make a note about it, but it's basically on average of like 60 plus messages or like per day. Well, imagine a week of, imagine this woman who's attractive. She's like a 7, 8, or 9. She joins a dating app. After the first day, she's now overwhelmed with messages and requests, right? Guys are so thirsty on dating apps, it's pathetic. So she's completely overwhelmed. Now you come along, you join the app a week later, 2 weeks later. Do you think she's actually seeing your messages? Now you guys might think, yeah, well, Silver Bachelor, I do have some success. Sure, but how much time are you spending? Right? When you really think of all the time of your swiping, again, you're swiping left, you're swiping right, swiping left. How many matches do you actually get a week, right? So why are men scared of cold approach is because their testosterone is lower. At the end of the day, that's where it all comes down to is your testosterone. Because believe me, if you're fucking jacked up with testosterone, you will have way less fear of things, right? So it comes down to testosterone. I'm willing to go on the edge, willing to go on the, uh, anyways, I'm losing this frame in the context, but I'm willing to put my money on that it all has to do with testosterone. You know why? Because the average man today, right? Average man today has about 50% less testosterone than the men in the 70s and 80s. Neanderthals had 3 to 4 times the testosterone we have now. Do you think the Neanderthals had the fear that us men have today? It's kind of pathetic that men today are so damn fearful of everything, even approaching a woman. Like, really? Like, you just have to say hi. Like, what's so scary about that? So, that's the problem, is that most men today have become boys compared to the men in the 70s and 80s and 60s because of the lower testosterone. The average man loses 1% testosterone after the age of 35 per year. So not only per year are we losing testosterone, but we already have less testosterone because of the hormones in the feed, in the animal foods, in our drinks, and also in the water, what's going on there. So this video is not about that, but you want to research why our testosterone levels lower. And in fact, if you don't believe me, just take a look at a yearbook, high school yearbook now, 2024. Compare that high school yearbook to a yearbook in the 1970s. Look at the difference of the men, right? Clearly, the boys in high school in the 70s look like grown ass men with fucking full mustaches and shit. You look at the kids now in high school in the yearbook, they look like little boys. Like, they look like they haven't gone through puberty yet. This is what I'm talking about. So the good news is, what you can do is, first of all, everything's a numbers game, right? And if beautiful women are only getting approached 2 to 4 times per week, that's super, super low numbers that can be in your favor. All right. So not only that, there are a lot of things you can do to increase your testosterone. Excuse the sirens. Again, I record videos all the time. Every time I sit here, excuse me for a second. So every time I sit here and record, mark my words, sirens are coming by, and I decide I'm not stopping my recording every single time this happens. All right, so back to the topic. So if you increase your testosterone, you will be less fearful, and also that you can overcome your fear by recognizing, wait a minute, this is a numbers game, and if beautiful women are only getting approached 2 to 4 times per week, I could be one of those guys and potentially have a chance at these women, right? Compared to dating apps. So that's why men are no longer cold approaching, because they're scared, and they're scared because they have lower testosterone. Now, I know you guys might say, whoa, there's all these other factors, but believe me, when you jack up your testosterone, your confidence starts to go up like you would not believe. So I encourage you, check out the link I did in the video. I'll share that, of my stack of herbal supplements I take to increase my testosterone. You can also explore testosterone replacement therapy, but trust me, you increase your testosterone, you will be way more confident, and then everything else is easy peasy. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.